What is up, everyone? I think I'm live. I hope I'm live. Someone confirm in the chat for me that I'm live. We're trying out a whole bunch of new features, but this is going to be the first ever Mike on the Mike Sports live show. Let's hope we get through it with the least amount of technical difficulties that we possibly can. Here we go.
I gave you fair warning, beware. Smack him in the
for the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown.
Smack him in the mouth. I gave you fair warning, beware. I'll smack him in the mouth.
See, there you go. We are already dealing with a ton of lag. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but can everyone see me? Can everyone hear me? Hopefully I'm not personally lagging out too much, and it's just the graphics and the videos around me. I just need to get a bigger computer, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to do this on my Mac, so it is a little bit painful. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. We're going to be talking about a couple topics today. We're starting off with the Seattle Seahawks and their situation. I'm also going to talk about, and we're going to go and right here on the live stream, vote for every single Pro Bowler in the AFC that I think should go. So I'm going to be picking 3 from each conference. This week we're going to be doing 3 for every position in the AFC. And then next week we're going to do the entire NFC. And then we're also going to be going in and giving our Week 13 NFL Pickems every week on this show. I'm seeing that someone's saying, same old saying the audio is a little weird. Weird as in it's too quiet, too loud. Let me know. I can't really fix it until I watch the replay later and then mess around with it a little bit more. But I appreciate you guys for letting me know that we're up, that we're streaming, that we're looking okay. You saw a little bit of lag. Maybe my computer will catch up, and we'll be good to go. But we're starting off with the Seattle Seahawks here. I appreciate you guys if you like, subscribe, the stream. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. By the way, this is the first episode of Mike on the Mike Sports Live. I got to calm down a little bit. I don't need to go 100 miles per hour the entire stream. I'm not going to be able to go 100 miles per hour the entire stream. Planning on it being anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. I'm giving myself that window of time to end it if things are not going well, and to keep going if things are going super well. But let's talk about the Seattle Seahawks a little bit. And the chat is pulled up here on the stream. I can see you guys on the screen, which is pretty cool, something that we haven't had yet on the Warzone Sports Network. The Seattle Seahawks need to go into a rebuild. And we've been talking about it since the offseason, right? And you guys can let me know what you think in the chat. But they don't really have anything going for them other than Russell Wilson and the receiving core, you can say. I guess you can say DK Metcalf's a very promising prospect. Tyler Lockett's obviously in the middle of his prime, middle of his career, probably on the tail end of it, for being honest. I assume that he's approaching 30 or is going right over that 30 hump, which we know is a mark for wide receivers. But other than that, other than Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf on this team, you go to the defensive side of the ball, they don't really have too much talent. Jamal Adams and Bobby Wagner are still over there. But same thing with them. Those guys are going right through. Oh, gosh. See? Technical difficulties right away. Was there a countdown on the screen that I didn't see? I don't know what happened. But anyways, edit that out. Anyways, go to the defensive side of the ball. They do have Jamal Adams and Bobby Wagner over there. But those guys are similar story to Tyler Lockett. They're kind of right there in their prime right now. As far as rebuilding a team around these guys, I don't think the Seattle Seahawks are going to be able to rebuild this team in time to use Bobby Wagner, Jamal Adams, Russell Wilson, and DK Metcalf's talents towards trying to win another Super Bowl. So it's time to rip off the Band-Aid. And we talked about it last year. You cannot, in one offseason, we saw them attempt last offseason, but they only brought in mediocre guys. You cannot fix the offensive line, the running back room, the secondary, and the defensive line in the same offseason. You just can't do it, and you especially can't do it when you're a little bit cap-strapped with the contract situations of Jamal Adams, Russell Wilson. I'm sure Bobby Wagner's getting his money as well. And then when you go and look at who they have as far as draft picks in the future and who they can try and acquire in the draft situation, they don't have any draft picks either. They don't have any draft picks next year because they traded them all away for Jamal Adams. They traded all those first-round picks away for Jamal Adams, and then had to sign Jamal Adams to a huge deal. So not only do they pay in draft picks, they pay in cap space, and it's just overall a mess right now. And the Seattle Seahawks are not going to go anywhere. And another thing, before we start talking about Russell Wilson specifically and how I want him to get his ass out of there, but another thing to talk about is now we get to see all Mike's mess ups live. Yeah, I do mess up sometimes, so you'll get to see him live. But another thing to talk about is with Pete Carroll. What's going to happen with him? Me, personally, what I want to see Pete Carroll do, if he wants to keep coaching, go back to college football, because he needs to come onto a team that either has the talent or just way more talented than all of their opponents that they're facing. That's why we saw so much success with him and the LOB and that entire roster that was just loaded up with star players. Marshawn Lynch, Doug Baldwin, Jermaine Kearse, all these guys on the offensive side of the ball, and then you had the LOB on the defensive side of the ball. I probably could have coached that team to a Super Bowl for all we know, to be completely honest. But I think that it is time for Pete Carroll to really, really think about retirement. Really, really think about retirement. Every time I see a mic'd up scenario of him, anytime in the past couple of years that I've seen a mic'd up scenario with Pete Carroll, he just doesn't seem to really care that much. He's joking around with the players, smiling when DK's getting in fights, doing the Ric Flair woo when they're losing and they're down by 15 points, but they just scored a touchdown finally. Like, it's time, dude. If you do not want to win that bad anymore, stop holding back the Seahawks, because the Seahawks fan base, they want to win bad. They want to win more than anyone just because you gave them that little taste of what it feels like to have a really successful team, and they still see the quarterback that you keep sending out there. They still see number 3 who keeps walking out onto that field. So for Pete Carroll, personally, my opinion, let me know what you guys think. I think it's time to retire or time to go back to college football and take one of these coaching vacancies. I know there's a couple that are opening up. Maybe he can get a smaller school on track and have a good little finish to his coaching career before he gets closer to 80 years old, which this man is on the other side of 70. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tony. I know you know about old people, but I'm pretty sure this guy's on the other side of 70 as a coach. Looking at the chat here, let's look a little closer. Sorry, long overdue Mike on the Mike live show. Appreciate that. This just in. What do you think about this Russell Wilson situation? I know you have some strong opinions on especially quarterbacks and movement. What do you think about this situation with the Seahawks? I think it's time to just rip off the Band-Aid and start sending these guys out. Get Bobby Wagner out of there. Try and get what you can for Jamal Adams. You're probably going to have to pay to get rid of Jamal Adams because of his contract situation. It's going to be bad. Or maybe just keep Jamal Adams, and that'll be like your feature player to sell jerseys while you're rebuilding this team, whatever you want to do. Let's see. Russ is tanking, or DK skipped Isiara track in the locker room. 2 targets? What the F? Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. That's ridiculous that DK only gets 2 targets in a game. I think that is a shout-out to the Washington defense also, because there's no way in hell Russ is going out there wanting to win a game and only getting the ball towards DK's direction twice. You know that Russ knows what DK Metcalf can do. He knows that DK Metcalf's probably his best weapon on the field when everyone's banged up. And no offense to Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf's a different kind of monster. But this is setting up perfectly, Tony. I don't know if you saw a time travel video that I made where I had DK Metcalf leaving the Seahawks after a rookie deal and going to the Los Angeles Chargers as Keenan Allen's contract comes to an end. But we'll see. Same old sports is in here. He's saying, if I was DK, I would also skip. Maybe Russ is tanking on purpose because this offseason we saw him a little bit more vocal. I don't see him tanking on purpose. I think that's a bit too far. I think that the O-line is just so bad that he has no time to really set the offense up pre-snap. And you're seeing him already in a panic. The second he catches the ball, Russell Wilson is in scramble mode, which I haven't seen something like that in a very long time. I haven't seen an O-line this bad, other than like the Cincinnati Bengals last year with Joe Burrow, but Joe Burrow couldn't really scramble like Russell Wilson can. Russell Wilson catches the ball. Go and watch the tape. He catches the ball, and once he takes his 2-step drop back out of the shotgun, he is in scramble mode already. How can he run an offense? How can he run plays? How can he make pre-snap reads and adjust routes and everything if he knows that he's about to get hit a second after he catches the ball? Max and Juancast, appreciate you guys for showing up to this. He said, is Jamal Adams the worst trade in NFL history? I can't think of a worse one right now. Maybe Khalil Mack, but it's got to be between those two in my lifetime at least. I think it's bad, but not the worst of all time. Yeah, I mean, Jamal Adams is still putting out some pretty good numbers, putting out some pretty good production. The thing with Khalil Mack that's weird is Khalil Mack is still a beast. He's not quite what he was in Vegas or in Oakland, and he got traded to the Bears for all of these picks and players that the Raiders wasted away. So the Bears traded all these picks away, didn't really get much in return, didn't get what the value was. Not much. I'm disrespecting Mack a little bit. It's not that they didn't get much in return. It's they didn't get what the value of all those picks would have been, which is a quarterback or a superstar wide receiver like a DeAndre Hopkins or something. DeAndre Hopkins went for damn near nothing like a year later. But they didn't get the value for their picks, and then the Raiders threw the picks down the drain. So neither side won the deal. The first ever lose-lose trade. That's got to be the worst trade in NFL history. Maybe throw some in the chat, you guys, if you guys are looking or listening to the conversation. You want to bring up some bad trades that you remember. Again, this is another Tony topic because was there for the first football game ever played. Anyways, talking about Russ leaving Seattle. I personally think that the writing is on the wall. And Russ is on his way out. No matter what Pete Carroll does, no matter what Pete Carroll wants to do with his career, I think Russ is going to force his way out via a trade this offseason. And the two teams that I think are likely to get him is, one, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Tony Tucker's talked about it. I've talked about it. We've all talked about it on the shows before and how much of a perfect landing spot that is for Russ. Or two, the Denver Broncos, which I would be very upset. But when you think about Denver, you think about what they like to do as far as the QB situations that they've been in. You think about guys like Peyton Manning. That's when they've had the most success, when they've brought veterans in to be the quarterbacks of these teams. And John Elway, ever since he's been in charge over there, has been aggressive in bringing in veteran quarterbacks to these teams. Teddy Bridgewater is a veteran quarterback who they brought in via the guy that they were grooming in Drew Lock. I think that Russell Wilson will be an absolute dream. Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers for the Denver Broncos will be an absolute dream. And this team has wide receivers in Cortland Sutton. Jerry Jeudy on a rookie deal for a couple more years. Tim Patrick just re-signed with Cortland Sutton. That was like a little bit of news that didn't really get thrown into the spotlight because of Cortland Sutton's huge deal. You got Noah Fant at tight end. We know Russell Wilson famously doesn't really use the tight ends too much, but if you got Noah Fant, you might start to use them a little bit more. Javonte Williams in the backfield with the Melvin Gordon 1-2 punch. I don't like Melvin Gordon just as much as the next guy, but I know what Javonte Williams is going to be in coming years. I've got a taste of it very recently, as soon as this weekend with the Chargers. This offense is ready. The offensive line is coming around as well. The offensive line is coming around as well for Denver. So if they already don't have enough on offense, Garrett Bowles and the backup O-linemen that have been having to play for them because they haven't been able to bring too many guys in have been solid. They've been pretty decent. So right now, Denver will be a perfect spot offensively for Russell Wilson to come in and find success. And you look on the defense side of the ball, they obviously have one of the best secondaries and young secondaries in the league right now. But honestly, the best situation for him is 100% the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I will die on that sword that the Pittsburgh Steelers are the best spot for every single veteran quarterback that wants to compete and wants to go out and win in this offseason. Get a little something pop up there. Max Wancast saying Russell Wilson to the Raiders. I would not be very happy about that, but I'd rather go to the Raiders than the Broncos because I think he'd find more success in Denver right this second. We don't know what the Raiders do in the offseason. Now, if you tell me the Raiders bring in Davante Adams and Russell Wilson in the same offseason and they get Derek Carr's contract off their books, I don't want to deal with that. Don't want to deal with that problem next season. That's a pretty explosive offseason. I really think that Pittsburgh is going to make a really strong go at it. It makes so much sense. They got the head coach that loves working with the IQ-style quarterback like Russell Wilson, and also Russell Wilson's very mobile, good at the deep ball. You got weapons that are good down the field in Chase Claypool and Deontay Johnson. I wonder if Juju takes a huge pay cut to stay in Pittsburgh if Russell Wilson's coming into town. Najee Harris in the backfield. All you got to do is work on the offensive line, and you'll be good. There's an echo. How bad's the echo? Hopefully it goes away soon. I'll try and pull this away from my speaker a little bit. But yeah, hopefully Russell Wilson can find himself a very good home to go and land in. I think it's my computer that's struggling with it. That's why I'm a little bit disabled, because I hear a little bit of sound coming from my computer that I don't usually hear. Then on the defense side of the ball, the Steelers obviously have everything on that side of the ball at all levels. They wouldn't really do much work on defense. All it would be is just fixing the line and bringing Russ in, and however they feel that is necessary. I trust Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh organization to get that done, and I'm sure Russell Wilson would trust them as well. It's an interesting situation, and I'm excited to see what happens. I'm a huge Russell Wilson fan. I was calling for him to go to Chicago before they drafted Justin Fields. That would have been fun if that would have happened in the last offseason. I think for sure he's got to be getting traded this offseason. I'll be absolutely shocked if he does not get traded. Appreciate it, same old. We're going to move on to this Pro Bowl voting and we'll see how that goes. I can still see the chat. It's not going to be on the screen anymore. In between, we'll play this Prize Picks ad so I can kind of see what's going on with the screen.
Over or under 4.5 touchdowns. Oh, easy. He's obviously the best quarterback in the league.
What is up, everyone? It's Mike on the mic here, and you may remember me or may recognize me from the hit show Friday Night Wars and Mike's Film Room right here on the Warzone Sports Network. And I am here to inform you of our partnership with Prize Picks. Now, no, we didn't just partner with Prize Picks because of the large Brinks truck that they backed into our backyards. We also play Prize Picks, and it's a tool that we can use to interact with you guys. You guys can compete against us. And in this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you exactly how to participate in the Prize Picks competitions right here on the Warzone Sports Network. So first things first, you want to head to your favorite internet browser or head to the App Store or whatever phone that you operate, and you either type in prizepicks.com on the internet side, or you can download the Prize Picks app today. Once you download the app or visit the website, it's easy as clicking start playing, and you're going to see a chance for you to sign up to your account. Once you fill in all your information and you've created your account, just click the deposit button up in the corner. And here's where you will deposit the amount that you would wish to play with. You can enter a custom amount in this little box that says $10 here. Once you select the amount that you would like to deposit and play with, make sure you look for the promo code box. It's going to be small. It's not on my screen because I've already used the promo code Warzone. WARZONE. Warzone is the promo code you need to use, and Prize Picks is going to match your deposit up to $100. So if you put down $20 to play with on prizepicks.com, they're going to give you another $20 to use, so you have $40 total dollars to submit your Prize Picks this week. Once you've deposited with the code Warzone, you can scroll through and look through all the options you have as far as Prize Picks. If I want to put down that Zeke is going to have over 58.5 rushing yards this week, I can select Ezekiel Elliott, go to my current entry, and select over for Ezekiel Elliott to go over that rushing yards amount. Once you've selected all the entries you'd like to place in for this weekend's action NFL football or any sport that you'd like to play, choose between whether you want to do flex play or power play. Each one pays differently, and click place entry. You can go to the top of the browser and select My Entries, and it's going to show you all of your entries. If you screenshot these entries and send them to us on the Warzone Sports Network Instagram page, we will actually feature your entries on the show, on the live streams, on the pregame and postgame talks, and root for your Prize Picks to succeed right along with you. As you can see, it's super simple to hop on here and play Prize Picks. I can't wait to see your entries and compete against you so you can get more correct. Now, back to whoever's hosting the show. Hopefully it's me. That means that you're being entertained. And it is me. And I hope everyone can still hear me and everything's good to go. Again, I can see the chat. It's not on the screen anymore. So I can see exactly what you guys are saying on the side here. But I am going to go through here, and I am going to vote for all of my Pro Bowl picks, submitting my ballot for the AFC at least. We're going to do the NFC next week. We're going to do the AFC this week, so please come back. Oh, I'm glad the echo is gone. I don't know what happened. So please come back next week, and we will be doing the NFC voting as well. But I'm scrolling. Hopefully this works. There's a little bit of a lag. I can see it a little bit. But starting off with offense at quarterback. We got to make 3 decisions. We can only do 6 total votes. Can I submit 2? I think I can submit 2 if I make another NFL account. But we can do 6 total votes. So I'm going to do 3 for the AFC and 3 for the NFC. We're only doing the AFC today for every single position. So let me know what you guys think and who we should vote for in the chat as well. But I'm going to try and make the best decisions I possibly can here. I may be a little bit K saying you better vote for Dak. Hey, we'll make that decision next week. If Dak keeps playing the way he's been playing, then he ain't going to get a vote. So here we go. AFC quarterbacks. We're only picking 3. Derek Carr obviously leads the league in yards, so he's all the way up here in the front. I think that's pretty fucked up. Excuse my language, because he's going to be at the top just because he's leading in yards. So now he's going to get more votes just because he's at the front? What is this? Anyways, we got to vote for my boy Herbert, right? We have to vote for my boy Herbert. Patrick Mahomes? I think Patrick Mahomes has to go. I think Josh Allen. I think that's my 3. Should I put someone else in? Should we throw Mac Jones in there? Who do you guys think is going to the Super Bowl? I think it's going to be Baltimore. So I won't vote any Baltimore players into the Pro Bowl. But who do you guys think it's going to be? Mahomes, Herbert, Lamar? That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to vote Lamar because I'm not going to vote any Baltimore players in because that's my Super Bowl pick. So I'd be wasting my pick if they make it to the Super Bowl and they're not allowed to play in the Pro Bowl. I think you got to give it to Josh Allen. I want to put Mac Jones in, but I can't. Has anyone got a case for Carr to go in over Josh Allen? Does anyone have a case? Okay, we're not doing NFC until next week. I already pointed this out, buddy. This is just the AFC. That's it. Herbert, Mahomes, Carr from Same Old Sports. If one more person tells me to go with Carr, I'll go with Carr. Here you go. I'll add Dak just because. But we're not putting Dak in until next week. I will probably vote for Dak. Well, actually, Brady, Stafford, Cousins is kind of tempting, and A-Rod. NFC's got a lot more good quarterbacks. Josh, not Mac. Josh or Derek Carr is the debate right now. I'm thinking Josh Allen because the touchdown difference obviously is huge. Derek Carr's QB rating obviously is right there with his. The Bills are better than the Raiders. Not by much, though. All right, we're going to go Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and Patrick Mahomes for the AFC quarterbacks. We only get to pick 3. It's unfortunate we only get to pick 3. So, okay, Kirk is also in the NFC. Let's move on to running back. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor. Joe Mixon has been red hot. Now we kind of have a decision to make. I kind of want to send Najee, but the problem is that Chubb's outperforming Najee in less games. There isn't really anyone else to send. I can send Eck. They're not considering the receiving yards in this. Mixon, Taylor, Eckler. I'm thinking Mixon, Eckler, Taylor. Oh, same old wants to see Chubb. I guess we got to give it to Chubb. Chubb's got less games than all these guys and is putting up similar numbers to all these guys. GMP Slayer also is on Eckler. Eckler does have 7 receiving touchdowns, and I forget how many receiving he has. We're going to go with Eckler. Screw you, Nick Chubb. Take that. Jonathan Taylor obviously is locked. He's locked to go in. Is there anyone else here that we could consider other than Eckler? Let's see. I don't think so. You guys hear about CMC? Damn, man. It's so painful for him to keep doing this. I don't think there's anyone else that's even in consideration other than those guys. Derrick Henry's not even on here. I would vote him in still, even with the injury, honestly. Let's go to wide receiver. We get 6 wide receiver votes. So we got to pick 3 for each conference. We're talking AFC only. Did we put Chase in? I think you got to put Hill in for sure. Diggs has 7 touchdowns, but so does Chase has 8. Chase had a bad couple games. What do you guys think? Deontay Johnson? Nah, I don't think so. Deontay's been really good this year, though. He's definitely improved. You can tell the hard work he's putting in the offseason every year. Michael Pittman, maybe. Second-year star. Marquise Brown isn't going to do it. Mike Williams almost could pull the trigger on Mike Williams if he would have been this consistent. The consistency that he showed in the beginning of the year all year long. Is there anyone I'm forgetting here that has like a crazy amount of touchdowns that should just go in for that? I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, we're down to Jarvis and Sammy, and then we're not putting any of those guys in. So we got Tyreek Hill selected and in. We can pick 2 more. I think Chase and Keenan. I mean, you could go Diggs. I think I'm going to go Diggs. My boy Keenan needs some more touchdowns. If I was predicting who was going to go, I'll take Keenan. He's going to make it by the end of the year. But because I'm taking Baltimore to go to the Super Bowl, I don't think the Bills are going to make it, which means Diggs will be playing in the Pro Bowl. So I'm going to go with Diggs. Allen, Chase, or Diggs? Chase, Hill, and Allen? Okay, maybe everyone else is agreeing with me a little bit. DK's in the NFC, Felke. We're going to do this like 20 times, huh? Go look up AFC and NFC teams, Felke. Just go look at them up on Google real quick, so that way you know which ones we're going for here. AFC only. We're going to do NFC next week, Felke. That's the one you need to come to. Diggs, Hill, is Chase, who I would go with. If you guys want me to switch it to Keenan, I ain't going to fight you, trust me. So let me know if you want to switch it to Keenan. We'll move on to running or fullback. Fullback. I didn't even know that fullbacks made the Pro Bowl still. Who do we put in? Who's the best fullback? I know nothing about fullbacks. Janovich has 1 TD. It's got to be him because of that, right? It could be Richard. I know that he actually contributes to that offense a ton. So does Janovich, though. We could pick 3. Let's just pick all 3. Screw it. All the fullbacks are going. Send them to the Pro Bowl. The AFC is a little bit trash. I'm seeing that now. The talent's all stacked in the NFC right now. Tight end, we're going to send 3 here. It's got to be Kelsey. It's got to be Andrews. I think it's really close between Waller and Gesicki for the Pro Bowl. Oh, no, Andrews can't go. Remember, I said the Ravens are off limits because I think they're going to make Super Bowl. That locks in Waller. Who else we got here? Gesicki. Dawson Knox, limited games, but he has 7 touchdowns in those limited games compared to Gesicki's 2. 52 receptions for Gesicki, 31 for Knox. 596, 415. I'm leaning Knox right now. Also, I'm thinking Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry, Dalvin Knox, or Gesicki. I need help with this one. Hop on down there. Let me know in the chat who I should pick up out of those 3. I can only pick 1. Knox, Henry, or Gesicki. Kelsey, Knox, and Henry. Oh, so you just want to leave Waller out completely. Yeah, none of these guys are going. I think you got to honor Waller's like 200 more yards that he has than everyone else. He has 50 more yards and only 1 more reception than Gesicki. You got to give him the nod over Gesicki. But does Gesicki own the nod over the 7 touchdown season by Hunter Henry with a rookie quarterback also? I think it's got to be Knox. Limited games. If he plays all the games, he's putting up similar numbers to these top 5 guys up here. I completely skipped over this line because it's all NFC teams, so keep that in mind, Felke. Kelsey, Waller, Noah Fant. That's a little bit too much, Felke. Going to tackle. You got to put Garrett Bowles in. I was just talking about it. The Broncos O-line is shockingly good. Not amazing. They're just good when they should have been bad. He's the only good player on the O-line, so you know he's a big part of it. Jack Conklin just got hurt, but he's definitely a guy that's a beast. I like Dawkins a lot. I like Orlando Brown a lot. I don't want to vote any Chiefs players in if I can help it. I need 1 more tackle, guys, so whoever you guys shout out. Massey, this is another guy that's been really underrated this year. He's banged up, but he played really good when he was in. Definitely not Storm Norton. Is Tony still here? You want to put Storm Norton in? Yeah, I want Kelsey, Waller, Knox. Same old. That's what we want. Could be Orlando Brown. Or Dawkins. I think I'm going to go ahead and put in Orlando Brown. I think that's what I'm going to do. If the Dolphins would have been a winning team and he was contributing to a winning team, I may think about putting Davis. But I already put Jack Conklin, Garrett Bowles, Orlando Brown. Those guys are all kind of in the same tier as far as the AFC tackles go. Moving on to guard, Bitonio. This dude is going to be a 5-year in a row Pro Bowler. I'm telling you right now. No Giants players are going to get in. You might not see any Giants players get in. Let's see what else we got here for guard. We could pick 3. Jeez. AFC does not have any offensive linemen in it. Alright, I just need to pick another one. I want to put Matt Filer just because he's my boy, but I know probably not going to be him. Lewinsky is pretty solid for that Colts line. JT's been going crazy behind him. I'm going to go with Lewinsky. You guys don't understand how important guards are to the run game, man. If your run game's succeeding, those guards are succeeding. The tackles are more important to the pass game. They contribute to the run game, But the guards are often pulling and taking out linebackers and defensive tackles in the run game and opening up space. All right, we're talking about centers for the AFC. I think it's got to be David Andrews. He's got to be C1. He's going to be center 1 for the AFC. Who else should we think about? Cushenberry's another guy that's been contributing to that underrated Denver O-line that I've been talking about this entire thing. We're not going to put Green in. That Steelers O-line is terrible. Green is solid, but he's not uplifting the team around him. I'll tell you a guy who definitely is going. A guy who's turned the 31st ranked O-line last year is now a borderline top 10, but definitely top 15 O-line this year because of one signing only, and that's Corey Linsley. Last center. Throw some centers in the chat. We're going to go to defense after this. Rodney Hudson. Is Rodney Hudson having a good year? I have not heard about him or paid attention to him at all. James is pretty solid too. Creed Humphrey, rookie year. Send him. I think we could send Creed Humphrey his rookie year. I ain't opposed to it. I'm going to go with it. I think I'm going to go with Creed Humphrey. I should have put Slater in. He's definitely making the future. All right, defense for edge rushers. Or defensive ends is what they're listed as here. We can pick 3 for the AFC. It's got to be Garrett and it's got to be Hendrickson. 100%. Easy choices. Some people might lobby for Unique Ngakoue. Max Crosby has been very involved. Yeah, I think we're going to go with Ngakoue. A guy who I underrated this offseason. This thing is lagging out like crazy. Hopefully I can get through this. Let's, oh no, we can't do that. I think I need to close more windows in the background. Anyways, that's the 3 for edge. I don't think I'm going to go with Crosby. I think Ngakoue's having a better year than Crosby on the same team, in the same spot. Defensive tackle. Simmons has got to go in. He's been a beast. He's been a big part of Tennessee's turnaround on defense. Chris Jones could go in. Let's see who else we got here. Cam Hayward's a good option. He's having a good year quietly. Quinnen Williams. Get him in there. The only Jet. Who else we got from the AFC? I think that's about it right there. We're not going to go down to where Jerry Tillery is for sure. DeForest Buckner or Chris Jones is who I'm debating between. It's kind of tough between those two. Hayward? All right, we'll put Hayward in. Steelers fan came in. I'll vote for Hayward. Just because of what he did to us. That's it. We got one more, I think. Oh, no, Quinnen Williams. I didn't select him. Come on. There we go. Although Buckner and Jones probably deserve to go. Let's go to inside linebacker. Here we go. Denzel Perryman leads the AFC in tackles. What the hell? What is going on? We're upside down here. No, I know who's definitely got to go in. It's got to be Darius Leonard. Where's Darius Leonard at? Is that him right there? Yeah, it is. Darius Leonard is going off. He has like 5 or 6 forced fumbles. I'm seeing a lot of Xavier McKinney to the Pro Bowl. We're about to get the safety right now. I'll do it. I'll put him in. I'm here for the chat if the chat is here for me. Come on, it won't select Darius. There we go. Darius Leonard's definitely going in. 5 forced fumbles. Isaiah Simmons is listed as inside linebacker. He could go in. 3 forced fumbles, a sack. He's probably got some interceptions that aren't listed on here. Micah Parsons. You got to give it to Micah Parsons. What's up, D-Sports Scoop? Let me know what you think of this stream. It's a little bit different than usual. But we're going with Micah Parsons. Which middle linebacker should we put into the Pro Bowl? The Sports Scoop. We're doing our Pro Bowl votes for the AFC only. Oh yeah, NFC will be next week. But we're gonna see how high he is ranked up on the NFL's list here. I would put in Devin White, but I think he just got hurt. What do you guys think? I need one more middle linebacker. I need help with it. For the AFC. Oh, Micah Parsons is NFC. See, look at now FLK's got me messing up. Next week we'll be there on the NFC. Do you reward Denzel Perryman for leading the league in tackles and put him in the Pro Bowl? Holy shit. That's pretty bad. I mean, there's no linebackers to compete with him here. I think you're going to see multiple Colt linebackers go. I'll go for Micah tomorrow, Steelers fan. All right, Denzel Perryman it is. Former Charger, now Raider. Yay. 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 And then we'll go Walker. Not excited about those choices. The defense for the AFC is going to stink compared to the NFC. You're going to have Micah Parsons and Bobby Wagner and Devin White and all these guys on the NFC side. Here we go for outside linebacker. It's got to be TJ. I think Judon's played really good this year, too. This guy has to make the Pro Bowl this year for what he's done, too. Landry's been a beast. Sorry, Joey, right now Judon's got it. Anyone better than Judon? Judon's been solid. I don't think there's anyone better than Judon as far as outside linebackers. Aziz! That was my boy in the draft days. I was preaching his name. Yeah, Kendricks is NFC too. That's what I'm going to put in. It's got to be those three. I'm surprised that Joey Bosa's even close with the year he's had. He's got 7.5 sacks, but they've come in bunches. They have not come in consistency throughout the whole year. We're to the cornerbacks, and 100% if you cannot keep J.C. Jackson out of the Pro Bowl this year. What a beast. What a ball hawk. That's what we call defensive backs like J.C. Jackson. Straight up ball hawks. I think Kenny Moore's got to go too. He's been really good. He's got 52 tackles from the cornerback spot. That's what you call contributing in multiple ways. Xavier Howard. Is anyone better than Xavier Howard? You want to put Surtain in? He doesn't have 3 interceptions. He has 5 interceptions. He got 2 yesterday. They haven't updated it yet. You got those Surtain in. Let's move on to the safeties. We're almost done here with the Pro Bowl voting. Start thinking about your safeties. I'll tell you who's making it. The best safety in football right now is making it for sure. His name's Derwin James. I introduce you to his stat line. He leads the league among safeties in tackles. He also has his 1.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions. This guy's a monster. He's an absolute monster. Abram. See, this is where the tackles hype you up, man. Abrams ain't making the Pro Bowl. He shouldn't. Let's see. Jackson? I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Yeah, J.C. Jackson has to go. See what else we got here for safeties. There isn't very many safeties in the AFC either. I think I'm going to put Von Bell in. I think I'm going to put Jordan Poyer in. 5 interceptions for Poyer. He's got to go. See if there's anyone else I'm forgetting that just jumps out here. Could be Tyrann Mathieu. He's not been great, but he's not been awful. Could be Adrian Phillips, honestly. You know what? I'm going to put in Adrian Phillips. Amani Hooker's having a really good year, too. I'm going to put in Adrian Phillips. I'm going to take Bell off. Unpopular opinion. I want my safeties to cover. Now we go to free safety. Bates. I didn't see Bates on there. I should have put Bates. There's Xavier McKinney. Everyone's been demanding him. You got to send Byard. You got to send Simmons. I think Bates might be listed as a free safety. Let's see if he's on here. Next week we're going to have background music. There we go. Bates. Kind of want to put in Micah Hyde over Bates. Or we could put in Javon Holland as a rookie. We'll go with Bates. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. There's offense. There's defense. Justin Tucker or Nick Folk? Justin Tucker or Nick Folk? We're going to send both. We're going to send all three of those guys right there. Folk, Carlson, Tucker. They've been pretty much unconscious. Long snapper. We won't vote on long snapper. We won't vote on returning and all that. We'll just go ahead and review the selections that we have so far. All right, here's our selections for the Pro Bowl. For the AFC only. If it will stop scrolling long enough for me to look at them. What happened? It just went. It just went. I didn't even get to see them. All right, it's not going to let me look at them. So hopefully you guys are paying attention. Hopefully you guys saw who we voted for. We're going to move on to the Pickems for Week 13. Pumped for it. And if you guys are here for the graphic, it's about to be on the screen. I am taking, on Thanksgiving, bright and early in the morning, I'll open watching closely because I am taking the Detroit Lions to win this game 17-16.
The dog shit.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Not a chance. Not a chance who? Not a chance in hell do the Raiders win this game.
The dog shit.
Give me the Bills to win it 27-20. Hopefully, they take care of business.
You did it! Congratulations!
I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game 38-24.
You did it! Congratulations!
I think it'll be an entertaining game. I think Tyrod puts up some points in this one. 42-17, Tech.
The dog shit.
I'm taking the Eagles to win this game. It would really age poorly if we're watching a clip of me just hyping Jalen Hurts and the Eagles up like this, and then they lose the game. But I'm gonna.
The dog shit.
With all that being said, I'm gonna take the Panthers to win. I'm gonna take the Panthers to win 27-14.
The dog shit.
And I'm going to take the Patriots to win this one. In a close one. I'm going to go 2017.
You did it! Congratulations!
For now, I'm going to take the Bengals to tear up this defense just like the Chargers did. And I'm going to take them to win this game 34-18.
You did it! Congratulations!
I'm going to take the Falcons to win this one. A bunch of field goals. I'm going to take it 23-10 Falcons.
You did it! Congratulations!
And I'm going to take them to win it on a Justin Herbert game-winning touchdown drive.
The dog shit.
Pulling out a victory. I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers to win it 20-10.
You did it! Congratulations!
Take the Vikings 31-17. to 28.
The dog shit.
I'm going to take the Ravens to win this one in another
Dog
close
shit.
one, a little bit less scoring. I'm going to take the Ravens to win 24 to 21.
You did it! Congratulations!
Absolutely goes off on Washington, and they win 37 to 20.
The dog shit.
Let's hope it's not as stressful as it was for 11, 10, 9, and 8, and all the other weeks this season, pretty much. Talk about technical difficulties. I don't know if you guys saw what I saw, but I just saw the most technical difficulties ever in a video. That was insane. Anyways, I'm back here. We're going to go through these games. We're going to pick every single game for week 13 of the NFL season. Hopefully it goes smoothly. So I have at least one segment to clip from this live stream. That's the goal. But if you are tuned in still, I appreciate you guys for tuning in and making it to the last topic here. Let me know all of your picks for every single game in the comment section below. I'm going to run through them like I do on TikTok every single week, like I'll be doing tomorrow on TikTok. But if you're here, you get a little early preview to who I am taking to win, so you know who to go against, because it seems that everyone I pick loses. As you see, we won 7-8 last week. We won 7-8 the week before that, and like 8-7 the week before that. We have struggled to put together 2 good weeks in a row since like week 6. We have not been able to put 2 good weeks in a row on Mike's Pickems Challenge. Again, if you want to join the Mike's Pickems Challenge on TikTok, all you got to do is screenshot this screen. Wait. Don't screenshot yet. Wait, you probably already screenshotted. Damn it. All right, start over. Screenshot now. Got it? Now edit your screenshot to fit the shape of that graphic, and that graphic actually will fit perfectly as a green screen on your TikTok when you're making the video, so you guys can use it. I see JC Miller's in the chat here. What's up, JC? Thank you for the support on all of my content. Thank you for coming to YouTube to watch this stream. I hope that it's going well. I hope your day's going well, and I hope that you make the right picks. Same old saying, are you the fade god? No, that is still Trent, but maybe I'm like a fade, what would you call the level below God? A fade God junior. I don't know. I'm not religious enough to know how these things go, but I'll figure that out in the future. Anyways, like I said, we're going to go through every single game for week 13. I'm going to give you my picks. I get them wrong every single week. These things aren't lined up either. As you see, the Thursday Night Football game is off a little bit. Sam will say I'm turning into Trent. I hope not. But it's getting really bad at this point. It's getting super bad, actually. But fortunately, the jinx is dead. Fade Prince. That's what you start calling me. Same old, start doing that. People have started to call me a walking L in the comments a lot, and I'm starting to go with that. The walking L to you, kind sir, is kind of what I want to go for. Anyways, the walking L is about to give you the Week 13 picks. We won 7-8 last week, like I said, and now our overall record is 111-69. Which doesn't seem that bad, but that's pretty freaking bad for straight-up picks. We're not picking against the spread. Like, this should be cake. We should be getting 2 or 3 losses every week, not 8 losses every week. We got to figure this shit out, and it starts this week. I really hope that I'm not clipping that exact quote next week and putting that little dog shit clip right behind me. This is the week that we turn it on, starting with Thursday Night Football. We got the Dallas Cowboys heading to New Orleans to play the New Orleans Saints, and the Cowboys got to get their act together at some point, right? I still believe that this team is a complete team and that they're going to play really good against teams that are worse than them. And they should, at least. The Raiders kind of disproved that whole theory that I had. That's why I had so much confidence picking against the Raiders going into that game. Now, I underestimated the value of having Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb on the field for Dak Prescott's passing game, especially late in the game when they know you need to pass. But still, Cowboys should have won that game, in my opinion. They should have pulled that out. The penalties really killed them. And I'm not blaming the refs for the Raiders getting a victory or the Cowboys getting a loss. I'm blaming the Cowboys for getting lost. I'm blaming the Cowboys because most of those penalties were committed penalties. Cowboys fans want to complain just because the flag came out so much, but they were committing penalties that much. It was pretty painful to watch, especially on Thanksgiving in front of the whole family. A bunch of people who don't even really watch football had to watch that mess of a football game that was the Cowboys versus the Raiders. But this week, the Cowboys get back on track. This week, the Cowboys beat the crap out of the Saints and win it 38-21. And the only 21 points Saints get are in garbage time late in the game. Thursday Night Footballs have been some snoozers. We've seen some upsets on Thursday Night Football. It's been a bunch of snoozers. I think this is another one. Blowout for the Cowboys. Then next we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to Atlanta to see the Atlanta Falcons, and the Buccaneers are just better across the board, man. The Buccaneers should win this game with ease. We did see the Falcons pull out a victory against the Jags, but look at the previous 2 weeks before that. 3 points in 8 quarters of football the previous 2 weeks against the Cowboys and the Patriots, and 2 weeks for that with Atlanta. Atlanta's falling apart, and any team that can execute a defensive game plan is going to pretty much shut down Atlanta. We're just hoping that Kyle Pitts can have a good finish to the season for us people who own him and are entering the fantasy football playoffs. We'd really enjoy it, Kyle, and we'd really enjoy it, Matt, if you got your shit together and started connecting on some touchdown passes. We really would. But I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this one pretty comfortably. I'm going to take them to win 31-14 Tampa. Another one. See, these games should be easy. Arizona going into Chicago to play the Chicago Bears again. Arizona is a way better team than them. With Colt McCoy, I would take Arizona to win this game, but hopefully Kyler Murray can get back. That's all, folks. Hopefully Kyler Murray can get back on the field and get this Cardinals offense on track. Not that they've been terrible without him, but they have not been as electric without him. I'm going to take the Cardinals to beat the Bears. For the Bears, it's another growth game for Justin Fields. Matt Nagy still has a job somehow. Maybe after this game he loses his job. Maybe they just didn't have the balls to fire him after a win. But the win was against the Lions, and the win was by 2 points against the Lions in a game where miscoaching on the other side of the ball might have lost the game, and not necessarily the fact that Matt Nagy won the game for the Bears. More so the Lions coaching lost the game for the Lions. But anyways, hopefully Matt Nagy gets fired after this game, and after the Cardinals beat the crap out of them 28-10 Arizona. We had the Los Angeles Chargers going to Cincy to see the Cincinnati Bengals. And this is just perfect, isn't it, guys? Especially for all you guys that love seeing me piss the fuck off here on the channel all the damn time, because the Chargers are so up and down. We look like a Super Bowl contender one week, and the next week we look like we don't even belong in the NFL, and we don't even belong on the field. The reason I say it's perfect for those people that like seeing me this pissed off and worked up, as I'm getting worked up right before your very eyes, is because the Cincinnati Bengals are riding an absolute hot streak, and the Chargers are riding an absolute cold streak, and they're kind of coming to a head at the worst possible time if you're a fan of the Los Angeles Chargers like myself. I took the Chargers to lose this game when I mapped out the rest of the Chargers schedule, but I also took the Chargers to beat the Broncos last week. I have to rock with my Chargers. I have to have a victory from my Chargers this week. Otherwise, we fall to 6-6, and we are in serious trouble of missing the playoffs when it really felt comfortable. When you looked at the schedule that we had coming up, and the fact that we were 4-2 after that bye week with a bunch of easy teams coming after that. You drop a game to Minnesota, you drop a game to Denver, and now you're in trouble, and this is a must-win against Cincy. I have to rock with my Chargers. I have to. I cannot sit here and look into the camera and not rock with my Chargers. Justin Herbert steps up and goes off against the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Chargers win it 42-35. Buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can say for this game, because these two offenses are about to go at each other. Hopefully, at least, the Chargers offense shows up. We know the Bengals offense is going to show up. I mean, what are we even saying? We got the Minnesota Vikings going to Detroit to play the Detroit Lions, and the Lions, their chance to win was last week, honestly. I mean, I made an entire video for them that slammed on my desk and hit it and yelled and got wide-eyed and crazy and said, the Lions will win this game, and look at who's the dumbass. It was me, and it was Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. That's the two dumbasses in this situation. I'm not going to take the Lions the rest of the season to win another game because they burned me so bad, and you can blame it on me that they lost. The Walking L made an entire video about the Lions winning a game because he had so much confidence in them to go ahead and make that video. I even put a score projection of 17-16. If the Lions kick one field goal to win the game, the final would have been 17-16, but of course, no. They lined it up. So I'll be taking the Vikings to win this game. And let's just go ahead and say the Vikings win it pretty comfortably. The Vikings coming off of a loss to San Francisco. That was a big game for them, but they're very much still in the NFC wildcard hunt. Washington is the 7th seed right now. Bleh. I mean, no offense to Washington fans, but I'd rather see Minnesota. I'd rather see San Francisco. I'd rather see Carolina in the playoffs than Washington. So hopefully the Vikings can put this little bit of a spell to sleep here with the loss to San Francisco and go ahead, get it together, and take down the Detroit Lions. I'm going to go with 28-10. We'll say the Lions get 10 points on them. Touchdown and a field goal. Khalif Raymond style. He scored in the touchdown this weekend. Indianapolis Colts going to Houston to play Houston Texans. The Colts are the best, not even bad, the best average team in the league. Maybe the best average team that we've ever seen. They can walk up and compete with Super Bowl contenders right now. We saw it against Tampa Bay. We saw it against Buffalo the week before. We've seen it against Tennessee earlier on in the season. This Colts team has the worst schedule ever. If they had an easier schedule, this team would probably be competing for the division and possibly competing for a 1 seed in the AFC. And that might be bold, but this team is good, and I think that they're going to take care of business against the Texans. Give me a 38-20 score for the Colts over the Texans. For the Texans, I gave Tyrod Taylor a little bit of hype up in the Pickems last week. And then Tyrod let me down, had a bad game. And it's just coming to reality, right? We all need to come to reality that he still is a backup quality quarterback. He just plays up, and he's exciting to watch every once in a while, and we like to get behind him. It's kind of like a Ryan Fitzmagic situation. I think Tyrod's better than Ryan Fitzmagic, but sue me if you disagree with me. New York going to Miami to play the Miami Dolphins, and every single week this season I've picked against the Dolphins. And the reason has been because of number 1 and because of number 7 on the team. I don't believe in either quarterback to rise up and win games, but as of late, now 4 or 5 straight victories in a row for the Dolphins, and Dolphins fans are coming at me, like getting in my comments, hit me up on the DMs saying, oh, look at this, you've lost this many straight games predicting Dolphins games, but you forget that I had 7 straight won to start off the season, so I'm still up big on the Dolphins. So give me the Giants to squeak one out, 24-21 in Miami. Take that, Dolphins fans. Why are me and Dolphins fans going at it? We need to call a truce here. Maybe I'll make a video just for us to be friends again. Philadelphia Eagles going to New York to play the New York Jets, and the Philadelphia Eagles really let me down last week, man. I put a lot of hype into them in all the videos leading up to it, fantasy videos, prediction videos, the playoff bubble video me and Tony made, which you guys can go and check out. I hyped up Jalen Hurts. I called for a 400-yard game from him and 4 touchdowns, and they came out and stunk it up. I think he had 150 yards passing, and he had 3 interceptions and 0 touchdowns. Blame the receivers. Blame whoever you want to blame. At the end of the day, the Eagles failed, and now I think the Eagles fall apart a little bit. And I think the Eagles are going to fall out of that wild card picture that they were kind of creeping into. Although, I'll say this. The Jets are worse. Give me the Eagles to win. I'm going to take the Eagles to win. I don't think they put up a ton of points, even on the Jets' defense. They struggled last week against the Giants' defense, so I'm going to take the Eagles to win it 17-10 over the New York Jets in a game that's going to be way too close. But so what happens when you get 2 bad teams in the field against each other. Jacksonville has a fun trip here to my hometown, Los Angeles, California, to see the Los Angeles Rams, and here is the perfect game for the Los Angeles Rams to get right. Here is the perfect game for Matthew Stafford to really get it all clicking for this offense, get it together for this offense. Because they've been struggling ever since Robert Woods went down and OBJ came in. We saw OBJ make the one big play, but it's kind of in garbage time, and it kind of didn't really matter that much. Hopefully they can get more of that when it does matter. Hopefully they get more of that in this game specifically against Jacksonville. Maybe think about playing OBJ if you got him in fantasy against this Jaguars defense. I think that the Rams are going to take care of business and have one of those classic get-right games that you see great teams have all the time. They absolutely shut the Jaguars offense down. Jaguars scored 3 points in this game, and the Rams scored 31 points in this game. 31-3 Rams final is my prediction. This next game is really interesting. You got the red-hot Washington football team going to see the Vegas Raiders, who just won a game. I'm obligated to still hate on them a little bit. So, however, I will say that they won a very sloppy football game. They won a game where it's like, you don't really feel good about either team coming out with the W. I will say this about Derek Carr, at least. He had a good game. That's good to see because he was really on his skid. He went from a guy who was balling out in the beginning of the season to a guy who was playing like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league over the last couple of weeks. So to get that win and get a nice little classic Derek Carr game, I would say, where he has that 350, 400 yards passing and really wills his team to a victory late in the game like he's done in his career multiple times. It's just good to see that that's still in him as far as this season goes, and it maybe gives the Raiders fans some hope they hang on to him, and he keeps pushing for this team because he's been pushing for years and hasn't really had much reward for years. Just make sure I'm okay and make sure I'm not about to pass out. I'm giving the Raiders way, 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 way too much love right now. What the hell? Joe Morley saying, hey, I just was giving Carr all the compliments in the world. I was saying that it was a good game by him and that he deserves some respect and he should stay on the Raiders forever and be their quarterback for the rest of his life. With all that being said, this Washington defense is absolutely humming. And if they're going to smother Russell Wilson, then they're going to smother Derek Carr. I'm taking Washington to win this game 21-17. It's going to be a good one. Going to be a good one for Washington. Baltimore going to Pittsburgh to see the Steelers, and the Steelers are really falling apart, huh? The Ravens didn't have that impressive of a win over Cleveland on Sunday Night Football either, but the Steelers are really falling apart. Ben Roethlisberger's arm is starting to show its age. The defense is completely banged up with injuries. They're skidding. They're falling out of the AFC wildcard picture. This is going to be painful for the Steelers, I think. I think that the Ravens win this game pretty comfortably. I'm going to go with 24-10. Ravens, I don't think the Ravens put up a ton of points because their offense has been struggling against damn self. But the Steelers' defense, if they're not healthy, man, they're basically a turnstile right now. We just saw Cincinnati go after them. We saw Los Angeles Chargers go after them the week before that. I think that Baltimore does something similar. Maybe not on the same scale just because of how much their offense is struggling as well. I'm taking Baltimore to win it. That's the team I still got going to the Super Bowl. I think once they get healthy with John Harbaugh's scheme that he's been running, Lamar Jackson hopefully can get on track for the playoffs. This team's going to walk through the AFC right now, which is very wide open in my opinion. Then we got San Fran going to Seattle to play Seattle Seahawks. I saw a meme the other day, and maybe I can pull it up in post-edit if I clip this out. The meme was the San Francisco 49ers going through one door and taking down one team, going through another door, taking down another team, going through another door, taking down another team, and they were about to enter the door of the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks are a wounded animal right now, and they're just going down, and Russell Wilson is going down with that ship and is going to die on his sword in Seattle before I think he ends up getting traded. We talked about it earlier in the stream. So I am actually going to go with the San Francisco 49ers to win this game. I think Seattle plays them tough. I'm going to go 31-28. I think this game might be a little bit closer than we expect. I'm waiting for an explosion Russell Wilson game, just one of those games when you just doubt the elite quarterback and he comes back and shows why he's an elite quarterback. I think it's going to happen one time this year before it's over. Hopefully it's against San Francisco and I get the score prediction right. But I'm taking San Francisco to come out of there with the victory. Then we got Denver going to Kansas City, going to Arrowhead on Sunday Night Football to play the Kansas City Chiefs. Here we go. Denver Broncos just beat the Chargers last week, but I'm not super impressed by the victory over the Chargers, and I'm a Chargers fan. The Chargers really stunk in that game. The Broncos offense didn't really need to show up. Remember, there was a pick six. Remember, there was a turnover in the red zone that gave them pretty good field position. So that's 2 touchdowns right there where the Broncos didn't even need to move the ball, really. They didn't really need to move the ball at all. So I'm not too impressed by the Denver offense to keep up with the Kansas City offense. The Kansas City offense is on. We'll see how the Denver defense plays. The real key is the Kansas City offense versus the Denver defense. I'm going to take the Kansas City's high-flying offense to win that battle. I'm going to take Kansas City to win pretty comfortably, 31-21. Give me them Chiefs to beat the Broncos on Sunday Night Football. And then we got a big game on Monday night. One of those ones that just gets the blood flowing through your veins on Monday Night Football. The New England Patriots are traveling to Buffalo to make a statement against the Buffalo Bills. I picked the Bills to win this in the AFC East video that we made a couple of weeks ago. That's kind of out the window because the Bills lost that game to the Colts, so I already got some of that wrong. Patriots are on an absolute tear right now. However, I think there's going to be a break in this. Now, good news is for the Patriots fans, this will be the perfect time to drop a game. This would be the absolute perfect time to drop a game. It would focus your entire team up for the playoffs. It would focus the rookie quarterback up, the offensive line, the defense. Everyone will be as hungry as ever if they go into Buffalo and get their asses kicked 38-14 as I'm predicting right now. Hot take, give me the Bills 38-14 over the Patriots. And everyone's going to be, told you, the Bills are going to go to the Super Bowl. That's what the take's going to be the next week. I don't think that's necessarily true. I just think this is a game where you got a rookie quarterback walking into probably the biggest game of his NFL career so far, and things could go wrong. Things could go wrong in a hurry. Now, if Mac Jones is cool, calm, and collected in Buffalo and takes down this Bills team, I may have to change my tune a little bit because I've been pretty much guaranteeing everyone that the Patriots are not going to be going to the Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback. But if he goes into Buffalo and proves me wrong this week, maybe they keep it close. But if he gets the W, especially if he gets the W by his play late in the game in the fourth quarter, not like a pick six or something like that, I may have to change my tune a little bit. But as of right now, I'm going to take the Bills to blow the Patriots out, which is perfect for the Patriots to lock up, focus up, and get ready for this playoff run. They do play the Bills in 2 weeks in Foxborough, and I think that after Mac Jones gets a look at the Bills, it's going to be a very different story when he sees them the second time. But that's the picks for Week 13. Let me know what you guys think, and we're going to get out of this stream here pretty soon. But let me know what you guys think of my picks in the comment section. Drop your picks down in the comment section below. I'd be very interested to see what everyone has. And if you want to join on TikTok, once again, you can screenshot this graphic right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Hopefully you got it with me smiling and not making a dumbass face. Now zoom in, edit the graphic, fit it around it. It's the perfect dimensions to go in your TikTok green screen. Make sure you use hashtag Mike's Pickems Challenge. By the way, let's all have a little bit of a celebration here. Mike's Pickems Challenge hit 1 million views last night for a hashtag. That's pretty awesome. That's going to do it for the stream. I don't know how many people are still here. I appreciate you guys for tuning in to the first ever Mike on the Mic live show. We're going to try and do this once a week. I'm going to try and get these technical difficulties corrected the best that I can in the future. And we'll see how it goes. I appreciate you guys for tuning in once again. I'm Mike, and I'm on the mic. And this is me saying, please subscribe and like this video. Until next time. You didn't play the intro video. This is Mike saying until next time with less technical difficulties.